Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Aer Tech Pack 2, which is a really sleek and comfortable work and everyday bag. And this is actually another option that's part of Aer's 2020 work collection. And so we recently took a look at the Day Pack 2, and this is kind of a bigger brother to that bag. It has the same sleek aesthetic and solid build quality, but it also has a little bit more capacity and just some extra features. So after the video that I did for the Day Pack 2, based on the comments, it seemed like there was a lot of interest in a full walkthrough of the Tech Pack 2, and also a little bit of a comparison between the Day Pack to kind of show off the sizes and help people pick which one might be best for them. So really excited to share the bag with you guys. There's a lot of great stuff here, and so I want to thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting out with the outside of the bag, I really like the overall aesthetic. The bag has a really sleek and minimal modern look, and I really feel like it's going to fit in well into a variety of environments, whether you're taking this into the office or for walking around the city. And if you saw the video that we did for the Day Pack 2, the aesthetic here is going to feel very familiar. It has the same kind of more rounded shape than we saw in the original work collection. And in the footage here, you can actually see the newer version side by side with the original Tech Pack. So they're pretty similar. The main difference between the two being that the new version is going to be a little bit shorter. Continuing on with the materials, the bag has a really solid build quality. On the front, it has this 840D nylon that has a polyurethane coating to provide a nice amount of water resistance. And then on the outside of the bag, you also have the same 1680D ballistic nylon that we've seen in a lot of Aer's other bags, and it's held up very well in all the bags of theirs that I've tested. And then the bag also has some really great aqua-guarded YKK zippers for all the compartments to really just make it feel like all your stuff is going to be very well protected and like the bag is going to hold up over the longer term. Next up on the outside, I was really happy to see that there's an external water bottle pocket, and this offers a nice amount of space. Currently what I have in here is a 20-liter insulated water bottle from Wandered, and that fits in there really comfortably. And then I really like that the compartment offers a nice amount of elasticity, so if you have something a little bit thicker, it should be able to fit in here okay. On the outside, the bag also has two really comfortable handles, one on the top, and then it also has a side handle, and both of these feel really solid. I love the seatbelt-like material that's used here. They're pretty thick and they're very comfortable to hold even when the bag is a little bit more packed out. And then it's really nice to have this side handle so that you can carry this like a briefcase when you don't want to wear the bag on your back. And then jumping into the capacity, according to Aer's site, the bag comes in at about 17 liters, but to me it actually felt a little bit bigger than this, maybe closer to the 20 or 22 liter mark, just given what I was able to fit in the bag. And I think this is a really great daily bag size. I was easily able to hold all the items that I normally like to carry with me. The bag did start to stick out a little bit when I fully packed it out, so it's not going to be quite as good as something like the Day Pack 2 for navigating more crowded areas or for jumping onto public transit, but given how much capacity and compartments the bag offers, it actually manages to maintain a pretty sleek aesthetic in my opinion. In the footage here, you can get a better view of a side-by-side of the Tech Pack 2 and the Day Pack 2, and they're pretty similar as far as the aesthetic. The main difference is being that the Tech Pack 2 is going to be just a little bit taller, and it also sticks out a little bit more given that it has an additional compartment. And then continuing on with the straps and the back paneling, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. I love how the straps have been implemented here. They have a nice amount of padding and it's really soft right out of the box. And then on the inside it has this meshy material to help prevent moisture from building up. And then on top of that, the straps also have a really nice width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders even when you're wearing it with a lot of weight. Moving down along the strap, you also have a D-ring here that's going to be great for attaching maybe some accessories such as a flashlight or your sunglasses. And then you also have an adjustable and removable sternum strap to help distribute the weight. And then as far as the back paneling, this has also felt great. It has a nice amount of padding, and then it also has the same meshy material that we saw on the straps. On top of that, there's also a nice amount of elevation to create this air channel here to help with airflow while you're walking around throughout the day. So just overall, between the back paneling and the straps, the bag has continued to feel really comfortable even when I've had the bag fully packed out. And then while we're on the back paneling, another nice feature that we saw with the Day Pack 2 is that it has this luggage pass-through here on the back. The original Tech Pack also had a luggage pass-through, but it was down at the bottom, so I really like this kind of vertical orientation a little bit more, and this works great for resting the bag on a suitcase while you're walking around to save some weight on your back. And then a really nice bonus with the Tech Pack in particular is that since it has this handle on the side, it just makes it a lot easier to get this on and off your rolling luggage. And then moving into the organizational options, the bag has tons of great pockets all throughout. If you're a little bit more OCD about everything having its own spot in a bag, then there's going to be tons of great options here for you. First up on the side is a pocket that they don't have on the Day Pack 2. This is just a simple zipper and quick access area. It's a little bit small and pretty slim, so it's not going to be great for holding anything super bulky. So what I currently have here is just a simple deck of cards that I like to carry with me, and then I also just threw in a Key Smart to kind of showcase the sizing. But besides that, I wouldn't really be able to fit much else in there, and when the compartments start to get really full, this can get slightly tight. So I definitely would leave this for anything small that you just need to get to quickly throughout the day. And then at the top, there is a really great quick access compartment. And before jumping into the compartment itself, I did want to just kind of point out all the different zipper pulls that are on the top of the bag, which can seem a little bit like overkill. There's just a lot going on here, and it can get a little tricky to kind of see which one goes with which compartment. So that's just something that you'll have to manage. Normally when I have the bag for my normal everyday use, I try to kind of orient some of the zippers to different sides just to kind of make it clear which ones go with which compartment. So not a really huge deal to me. I've been able to manage it well, but just something that I wanted to call out. And then it's nice to see that the zipper pull for the quick access compartment is a little bit different. As we saw on the Day Pack 2, it has this kind of a locking style zipper, so when it's down, it's a little bit harder to open. You actually have to move the zipper pull up to be able to pull it. And I like that it has this zipper garage here in addition to the aqua guard on the zipper itself. So opening this up, I really love the implementation here. This is always an area where Aer's bags do really well. They offer a ton of space in these quick access areas, which make them great for holding some bulkier items. And so jumping in, the first thing that I currently have here is just my Ray-Ban sunglasses with their case. And then I also have just my Apple AirPods Pro. And even with the items that I had in there, there was still some leftover space in there. I probably could have tossed in a few additional things, but I didn't want to overpack it just because there's so many different compartments throughout the bag. And then this compartment does actually take up some space from the main area, so I don't like to overpack it. And then a really nice thing about this compartment is on the inside, it has this soft fleece lining to help prevent it scratching. And then I also like that the compartment itself is fairly thick. It seems to be slightly padded, so that's something you don't see in some of these simple quick access compartments sometimes. So just really like that it adds that extra bit of protection for anything that you have in here.
Any ideas?
The next area that we're going to take a look at is a larger organizational pocket, and the layout here is pretty much identical to what we saw in the Day Pack 2. The main difference just being that this is a little bit taller of a bag, so it goes down slightly deeper, but same wide opening here. I really like how low this comes down to make it easy to see everything that's in the compartment. And so just jumping in, the first thing that I have here near the bottom is my Bellroy Classic pouch, which just has some of the smaller tech accessories that I didn't really want just floating around. And I like how much volume is offered down here near the bottom for anything bulkier that you need to carry with you. And then down near the bottom, you also have some large and elastic slip pockets. And I really like how much volume these provide to make them good for holding anything a little bit bulkier that you need to hold. And so in this one on the left, what I currently have here is just my GoPro Hero 3 Plus. And then in the one on the right, I just have my USB-C hub that I use to charge my MacBook Pro and some of my devices. And then I have the cable that goes along with that. And then moving up along the back, you have a few additional slip pockets. So all the way here on the left, there's a larger one where I currently just have my Blue Pop portable Bluetooth speaker and power bank. So I really love this large and elastic slip pocket here for anything a little bit larger. And then next to that, you have a few small slots to hold something like a pen or a stylus, which is what I currently have here. And then I also just have a simple nail clipper. And then all the way on the right, you have two slip pockets kind of on top of each other. So you have this one on the front that has this elastic kind of meshy material. And here what I currently have is just my Apple Magic Mouse. And then I left the one behind that emptier just because it would start to get a little bit tight to fill both of these up. And then the last thing in this compartment is just a simple zippered compartment at the top that has a nice amount of space for anything that's loose that you don't want getting lost in the larger compartment. And so what I currently have in here is just a simple lightning cable to charge my phone and my tablet. But besides that, no sort of internal organization in this compartment. And then you also just have a simple lanyard with a plastic clip where you're going to be able to attach something like your keys or a multi-tool. And so before moving into the next compartment, one thing that I wanted to call out is how good the bag is at standing up on its own. This is really a key feature of the work collection. And I love that because the bag is so rigid, it's just really easy to be able to use it while it's sitting next to you while you're maybe at a coffee shop or just even at home at your kitchen tables. And this compartment in particular is a really good example of why this feature is useful, as you can just reach down and grab anything easily from one of the compartments on the inside. So if you're somebody that really wants a bag that can stand well on its own, this is really going to be a tough one to beat. The next area that we're going to take a look at is what I would call kind of the main storage compartment. And this is where the bag starts to get a little bit different from the day pack in the fact that the main laptop compartment isn't actually in this area. So there's a separate laptop sleeve that we'll take a look at in a little bit. But besides that, just a nice amount of space here. Even with the items that I currently have in here, there's some leftover space near the top. One thing that I will call out before diving in is here you can see that top quick access compartment and how much it comes into the main area. And so if you fill this up completely, it is going to create a little bit of a bulk here that's going to take up some of the space. But if you don't fill it up too much, there's still plenty of space here for something like a jacket or maybe a smaller lunchbox. And so jumping into the items that I currently have in here, first up, I just have a full-size moleskin notebook. And then down at the bottom, I just have my Beats Studio wireless headphones, and that's a little bit of a tighter fit given how wide this is. That's one thing that's a little bit tough with the rigidity of the bag. There's a plastic frame here near the bottom that helps the bag keep its shape, and this is what helps it stand up well. And here there's a little zipper that allows you to actually take that plastic sheet out if you prefer to have less of a rigid bag. But for me, I really like having the bag stand up on its own, so it's kind of a fair trade-off, and I'm still able to fit the items that I like to carry with me. So now with this a little bit emptier down near the bottom, you can see that there are a few simple organizational options. So you just have a larger slip pocket here that's going to be good for holding anything that you don't want kind of falling towards the bottom of the bag. And then on top of that, you have a larger elastic slip pocket here that's going to be great for something taller like maybe a magazine or a folder. And this doesn't have any sort of additional protection, but still just a nice large slip pocket here to help add some separation to the compartment. And then the last thing here near the top is there's an additional slightly padded sleeve. And this is going to be a great spot for the tallest items that you need to carry with you, or if you have additional tech devices. Currently what I have in here is just my Levitate portable standing desk, and that fits in there pretty comfortably. It started to get slightly tall for this compartment because this sleeve is actually suspended a little bit off the bottom of the ground. So really like to see that this is just a little bit thicker and helps add that extra protection if you happen to want to carry an additional laptop or maybe a larger tablet. And so a pretty simple but effective layout in this compartment overall. I was impressed with how much it was able to hold, and actually seeing it empty like this, I was curious to see how this would work for minimal travel. So as always, I wanted to toss in my larger double-sided and compressible packing cube, and it actually fits in there really comfortably. There's still some leftover space here at the top, so if I wanted to toss in something like my dop kit, it would still fit in there pretty comfortably. And then on the front, I would still have plenty of space to add in an additional pair of shoes or just any of the other accessories that I normally like to travel with for a weekend or even a week-long trip. So really impressive amount of space there. And then I love that because this compartment doesn't actually have to hold the laptop, you get a little bit more use in it than you would with the Day Pack 2. And then the last pocket that we're going to take a look at is the laptop area. And so this has a nice wide opening zipper. It comes down a pretty nice amount along the side. I wish that it had opened a little bit wider on this side, so it has this kind of L-shaped opening that still opens up fairly wide to make it pretty easy to get your device in and out. One thing that I will call out about this zipper here is that when you have a water bottle in the compartment, it can kind of get in the way of bringing this all the way down. So just a small nitpick, and most of the time I didn't really have to worry about it too much, but I really like the implementation of the laptop pocket here. This is an area where Aer has improved a lot in their newer bags, and so this is one of the biggest differences between the Tech Pack and the Day Pack is the fact that this is separate from the main area, so you have a little bit more space and separation. And so jumping into this compartment, the first thing I'll call out is you have this small elastic sleeve on the front that's going to be a great spot for your tablet if you want to keep it a little bit more separate from the other items in the main area. So this sleeve here doesn't have a whole lot of padding, but it is just nice to have some separation from the laptop itself. So currently what I have in here is just my iPad mini, and that fits in there really comfortably. I could definitely see myself fitting a larger 10-inch tablet in here really easily. And then the compartment itself, just very simple, but still nice to have that elasticity to give some flexibility with what you can store in here. And then moving into the actual laptop sleeve, this offers a nice amount of protection. It's a pretty rigid sleeve, which I like to see. And then on the inside, it has this soft fleece lining on both sides of the compartment, which really helps protect against scratching. And then one of the most important things is the compartment is actually suspended off the bottom of the ground. So if you happen to place your bag down a little bit harder or you drop it, your device is going to be very well protected. And so this is meant to hold up to a 16-inch laptop. Currently what I have in here is my 13-inch MacBook Pro, but you can see there's some leftover space here at the top. And so pulling my device out, now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. It comes up a decent amount, so if you have a thicker device, it should be able to fit in here okay. And then as I mentioned earlier, you can see the fleece lining on the front of the compartment as well. So just a really great implementation here. It definitely feels like my device is going to be very well protected as I'm running around throughout the day. And I just really love the overall organization and just design of everything in this bag. It's all very thoughtfully laid out and just a really nice improvement over the original version. So if you're looking for a stylish, durable, and comfortable bag that you're gonna be able to use for your day-to-day and keep all of your tech very well protected, then this is gonna be a fantastic option to check out. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Aer Tech Pack 2 over the past couple of weeks. The bag has been really comfortable to wear, it has a solid build quality, a really nice amount of weather resistance, an awesome organizational layout, and just a really great minimalistic aesthetic. And so you can currently purchase this on Aer's site for about $210, which is definitely a bit of an investment, but considering the features and build quality that the bag has to offer, it may be worth the additional cost, and this also compares well to other similar bags in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, one of the first bags this made me think of was the Day Pack 2, which we talked about a lot throughout the video. As I mentioned, that's kind of a smaller brother to this bag. So if you're somebody who has a little bit more of a minimal EDC or a smaller body type, and you also want to save a little bit of money, then that's going to be a fantastic option to check out. The next bag this made me think of was the Fjallraven Raven 28, which is just a really great kind of all-purpose bag. It's a little bit bigger than this one here, and it doesn't have the same kind of minimal and sleek aesthetic, but I just really love the organizational layout of that bag. It's comfortable to wear, it has a great build quality. It's also gonna be a little bit less expensive than this, so if you're just looking for a bag that can kind of do it all and is gonna offer the similar amount of organization to this bag here, then that's gonna be a good option to take a look at. Another bag this made me think of is the Timbuktu Authority Pack, which has been one of my favorite work bags that I've tried out. It just has a really sleek look, tons of great organizational options. I really like the durability on that bag, and it's also gonna come in at a slightly lower price point. I don't think that that bag is gonna be quite as comfortable as this, and it's also, because of its slimmer shape, maybe not gonna be as good for holding bulkier items, but if you're just looking for a stylish bag that's gonna keep everything really organized, then that's gonna be a great option to take a look at. The next bag this made me think of was the Tortuga Set-Out Laptop Backpack, which has been one of my favorite all-purpose bags to try out. That is just a really spacious bag that works great for minimal travel or EDC. It has a nice organizational layout, it's very comfortable, it has a good amount of protection for your tech, and I just really like the clamshell style opening that makes it so great for packing all sorts of items. The bag is also going to come in at around $125, so just a really great value for the build quality that it has, and if you're looking for kind of a bag that can do it all and that's going to work a little bit better for minimal travel, then that's going to be a great option to take a look at as well. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Bellroy Classic Plus, which is another bag that has a really premium and stylish feel, and it also comes in a little bit of a higher price point. That is a very comfortable bag to wear. It has a really nice kind of minimalist look, plenty of organizational options, and a really solid build quality as well. I don't think that bag is going to offer quite as good weather resistance as this one, but it just has a really unique and interesting look, and if you're looking for something that's going to work well in a professional environment, then that's going to be another great alternative to keep in mind. With that being said, the Aer Tech Pack 2 holds up really well against all those bags, and if you're looking for a very comfortable and durable backpack that's going to offer a professional look and tons of great organizational options, then this is going to be a really good bag to check out. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys think of the Tech Bag 2 and how it compares to the Day Pack 2 that we took a look at. And if there are any similar options that you think I should feature on the channel, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you guys found this video useful, please give us a like. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and thank you guys so much.